Namaskar. Hello and welcome to PGurus channel. I'm your host Sri Iyer. Today we have Sri Sriram Seshadri, I beg your pardon, and he is going to be talking to us about a lot of things that happened today in India, in New Delhi, in Annamalai's Padyatra, and so on and so forth. So let's welcome our guest of the day, Sriram Seshadri. Sriramji, namaskar and welcome to PGurus channel.
Namaskaram, sir, and namaskaram to all the PGurus viewers.
Sriramji, this has been kind of a revelation. We expected that Annamalai's Padyatra would garner crowds, but what we are seeing is more like a tsunami. And before we start talking about it, I would like to share with our viewers some scenes from August 3rd as he was walking through. So take a quick look at this video. As you can see, Sriramji, it's cutting across religious lines. It is cutting across various demographics. It's immense. And I leave you to kind of give us a little bit about feedback you've got from the ground, sir.
Yeah, I think thanks for that particular video and then brilliant music and compilation of the entire video that you shared. It is unprecedented. Unprecedented in the sense why I say that. Initially, people thought, even Annamalai himself thought, and I met him 2 days before he left for the Yatra. He said that the first 2 days, that is on the 28th and 29th, are going to be more or less crowded. The 28th is when the inauguration, and then the next day is where the Yatra starts. So, and weekend, it is going to be immensely crowded. And then after that, it will taper down, and then, it's going to be a normal event. That's what his expectation also was. That is how he envisaged that, how this yatra is going to happen. Maybe during the weekends and then whenever the evenings when there is a public meeting, that's when the crowd will throng. But what you look here is a spontaneous response from the people. These are not, political rallies where people were asked to gather, or, most political rally where you pay and then bring participants. These are not so. These are in that locality, people belonging to the locality, and then they just come and then witness it, right? It's just not, standing on the side pathways and then waving their hand. They actually actively participate in these event. People come and give petitions. People come and garland him, honor him, give him food. And only I was worried that he was taking a lot of food on the way. Health could be a problem. That is the only thing I had a worry. But otherwise, security wise, There's a very well cordoned off security planning that happens. And what it transpired is, in that process, he was able to solve some of the smaller issues. One lady talked about, she came from a small village, crossed through one single pathway which had a lot of thorns, and then, she came, said, at least can you solve the problem? Within the day, Annamalai ensured that, the pathway was, taken care of, and then a solar lamp was ordered, and then, it was given to that particular village or particular gully. Right? So that is a response that he was able to do. So equally, what happens is there is a set of people who are rattled by this, because where he started was very important. Rameswaram, and within Ramnad district is not a favorable location for BJP, because it is a minority population is significantly higher than any other place.
So Hindus are in a minority. Hindus are in a minority.
Hindus are in a minority, in fact, so to say, in that particular district, or many areas, one can say. So he started from there, and then he was visiting the the Muslim-dominated areas. He went to the mosque. Someone came and gave him the Quran, and he respected that. He didn't say that, okay, boss, I won't take the Quran and all. He respected that, and then he took the Quran book from him, and then worshipped it. Likewise, every action from him, right, was it is spontaneous, I would say. He goes to a shop and then take a tender coconut, or he takes a juice, and more importantly, he pays for it. That's a more important aspect. Just walk in and then take the cool drinks and then walk off. That's what normally politicians do. He pays for it. And the day before yesterday, if I'm not wrong, there was an army injured person who was a part of special commando, SPG commando, who injured himself, and then he fought for his life, and he regained his strength, and then he started walking. Otherwise, his below hip was paralyzed. So this guy took all the exercises, and then he was coming back to normal. And someone, told the team which was organizing his route planning and all, that, in that, wherever he was going, there is a army Jawan or SPG commando who was injured. It would be better if Annamalai goes and visits. He immediately responded. He went to their house. He saw them, and then, talked with this guy. And this is what is humongous. And for every action, there is going to be an opposite reactions. Newton's law. That's what is happening from DMK. You start seeing several abusive tweets and several false messages that keeps coming, saying that his wallet was stolen. Actually, it was, I think, Arjunamurthy's wallet was stolen in that process, but Annamalai's wallet was stolen, was a message that was spread. And some people say that Delhi central leadership has instructed him to stop the yatra as soon as possible and then start doing work. So many such news being spread. And then of course in that way people say that not more than 200 people are there in the Padyatra. In fact, I even responded to one of the tweet where saying that, do you know to count beyond 200? Okay, that is how people respond. Even today, there's one news that comes up saying that he took a petition from some self-help group people, and then he just threw it on the road. I honestly don't believe that, because that petition says that they have taken a loan from a private person, and then they want Annamalai to waive that loan. He is neither government nor anybody who can at least if it is a nationalized bank, he could appeal to the finance ministry and then say that, okay, at least do something for waiver of loan, or at least help them. Worst comes to us, if such a petition was given, he would have promised, saying that at least he will help from his sources, from his friends and others. He would help them for financing that. Other than that, he would not have taken. He is a sensible person. He would not have taken any such petition and promise saying that he will ensure that the loans would be waived. I think these abuses keeps coming. Equally, ADMK is reacting, Shreya. In the last 2-3 days, if you see, Sellur Raju, who is part of that Madurai belt, he said, we directly talk only to Amit Shah ji and Nadda ji, and then Annamalai is no one to us. Unwanted statement, because if ADMK is thinking that they want BJP alliance minus Annamalai, I don't think central leadership is going to give in that, nor Tamil Nadu BJP minus Annamalai at this point in time is going to be any effective force in the election. Likewise, KP Munusamy talked about it in a rally, in a press meet. He said he talked something about it's only between DMK and ADMK, and then national parties don't have a role to play. Today, ex-minister Jaikumar said, if Annamalai doesn't control his tongue, then he has to face the repercussions for that. So somewhere ADMK also is feeling the heat, because I have been saying for quite some time BJP should form its own alliance without ADMK, and especially in Delta region districts and southern districts, ADMK under EPS lost its sheen, I would say. Probably they still have a lot of ADMK karyakartas, ADMK members who are very, very fond of ADMK as a symbol, ADMK as a party, and two leaves as a symbol. But many non-party members, even amongst party members, there is a restlessness that it is becoming a more of a Kongu-dominated party, counter-dominated party, and then their Nadars and Tevas and Mukulatos are left out. This resentment is there in ADMK. So Annamalai not only eating into DMK space in these districts, he is also eating into ADMK space, and that is why ADMK is reacting. They also thought, because ADMK did participate in the launch of the Yatra, where they spoke about it and then said Iron Man of Tamil Nadu is Annamalai and all those praise words. But they also didn't anticipate the type of reaction, kind of reaction every day he's getting. And I'm sure these are not organized, crowds, because one could see the spontaneity from the people around and their actual reaction. So that is what I see, Shreya, here, is that the effect that Annamalai is creating on the ground, at least in the first week, it is unprecedented. I personally didn't think that it is going to be so crowded, so overwhelming throughout the journey, but it is. And people are waiting in the scorching sun. People are waiting in the evening, waiting for him to come just for the glimpse of it. I think he definitely is making a statement with this Yatra. And that definitely is going to be a force to reckon in 2024. I don't know how much of this will get converted to votes, but definitely at least it is creating more and more interest towards BJP and Annamalai as a person. I just want to mention one thing before we go to the other stories. Tamil Nadu politics, generally politics is revolves around iconic figures, and Tamil Nadu politics more so. You have seen MG Ramchandran, MGR, Jayalalitha, Karunanidhi, all coming from Film Dome, and the matinee idols of a superstar like Rajinikanth. People do throng after them. Vijaykanth came to politics. He was for a short period of time. He was very successful. Kamala Hassan at least attracts a lot of imagination. Seaman also came from film industry. He is making a lot of attraction, a lot of head turns. All these things because Tamil Nadu politics, more so other than other state politics in India, is iconic driven. And Annamalai understood that. You cannot be running a party like a communist or someone where it is a collective leadership. One needs to have a very strong iconic leader. Annamalai understood that. Probably made sure that central leadership also understood that, and that is why Annamalai is able to make this significant inroads. And this is definitely a refreshing things that I am observing in the politics, because When Vijaykanth came to politics, similar sort of reception was there, but only in rallies, not in smaller yatras like this, where he was going to villages, towns, or district. Mostly staying in a main roads. He was not. He's not traveling into gullies and villages, interiors, but mostly traveling on the highways and on the main roads. But still, people are thronging. I think this is definitely a refreshing event that is happening in Tamil Nadu.
Thank you so much, Sriramji. And viewers, we would like to send you, or we would like to give you videos almost on a daily basis. But for that, we need a small help from you. Right now, about 1,067 people are watching this program. There are only 200 likes. That is 1 in 5. The more of you like this video, the more this message is going to spread. Please understand that the MSM, the print media, anything that can reach the masses is completely controlled by DMK, and they've got a vice-like grip on it. You're not going to get anything there. So if the common man has to understand, if Annamalai's popularity has to transcend to every nook and corner of Tamil Nadu, then at least let us do our little bit by spreading it using social media. So all you need to do are two things. One, like this video. Second, if you have not already subscribed to our channel, please do subscribe. Thank you very much. Seshadri, let's move on to the next topic. Relief for Rahul Gandhi from the Supreme Court. What were the objections that were raised by the Supreme Court in the judgment that was given at a lower court, and then it was also agreed to, or endorsed by the upheld by excuse me, upheld by Gujarat High Court? What did the Supreme Court find wrong in those two judgments?
Yeah, I just want to take back our audience that when the lower court convicted Rahul Gandhi, they gave him an opportunity to apologize. He didn't. Then it went to Surat magistrate for appeal. But that appeal two appeals went. One was to suspend or stay his conviction itself. Second appeal was to reverse this conviction. One is stay, which means so that he can requalify to become an MP until the case is fully closed. Second is to challenge the verdict itself. So the challenging of the verdict or conviction still on. The Surat Magistrate Court is having that, and then that case is going to go on. But the Surat Magistrate Court dismissed the petition for staying his conviction. So he went to Gujarat High Court. There also they stayed. In Supreme Court, they saw 2-3 aspects. Number one, the Sessions Court, which convicted Rahul Gandhi, said that Rahul Gandhi is a repeat offender. What Supreme Court, what they saw was in a different angle. Number one, when Rahul Gandhi uttered this, all Modis, why all Modis are thieves, or why all thieves are Modis, that comment, Supreme Court on another case where it is a contempt of court case that was filed against Rahul Gandhi, where he said Supreme Court agreed that Modi was a Chowkidar ki chor hai. So then the contempt petition was filed, and then the CJI and the bench which heard this case gave him an opportunity to give an unconditional apology, because Supreme Court did not say that in their verdict on Rafale case. So Rahul Gandhi profusely tendered unconditional apology. But when he uttered this in Karnataka, that why all thieves are Modis, have a surname called Modi, that verdict had not come. So Supreme Court saw that as had that verdict had come, had Supreme Court reacted to that, probably Rahul Gandhi would not have done. I somehow don't agree to that, because any politician should have some sort of a sensitivity, especially when he was given an opportunity to apologize. That at least his intention was not to hurt any Modis as a sentiment, but as a community, but he meant only 3 or 4 Modis, right? He didn't do that. So second one they saw was why did the Sessions Court judge gave him a 2-year imprisonment? There's no reasoning that was given. So they said that because of this, we are staying the conviction, but the appellate court has to decide whether the conviction was to be upheld or not. So they are not interfering in the appellate court's order or appellate court's jurisdiction. Supreme Court also, now Rahul Gandhi's side claims that, it's a victory. But Supreme Court did mention that Rahul Gandhi should watch his words. Every politician should have a high moral stand, especially Rahul Gandhi. That stricture was also given by the Supreme Court today. So it is definitely some sort of relief for Rahul Gandhi. One, he need not go to the prison. The second, his MP, member of parliament, will be reinstated. Ideally, it should get reinstated because his disqualification, was stayed. And the election for that Wayanad has not been notified by Election Commission so far. And actually, government and Election Commission waited for this Supreme Court verdict, because otherwise they would have notified it immediately and then, conducted election. But the Election Commission did wait for Supreme Court's intervention. So now the election will not happen. He will be reinstated. The second point I want to make out of this judgment is, now Rahul Gandhi cannot claim victimhood. Suppose if Supreme Court did not interfere and then say, go to the appeals and then, we are not staying the conviction, then Congress will go to the masses and then say, oh, this is, they just claim the victimhood. BJP, as if, BJP controlled all the court, including Supreme Court, and then say, because of they are in power, they made sure that, Rahul Gandhi was a very fierce, campaigner, very fierce orator, and he was putting a lot of BJP in a back foot, and that's why they were afraid of. They would have created this narrative. Now that opportunity is lost for Congress. The second, Rahul Gandhi will be actually allowed to speak, if I'm not wrong, in the no confidence motion that is going to happen next week. So we all need to see how he is going to react to that. The third aspect is he will be contesting 2024 election also. So BJP will be delighted. BJP Karyakartas will be delighted because Rahul Gandhi happens to be their chief campaigner, one may say so. So they will be very delighted. And at least he cannot claim the victimhood, or that, BJP Karyakartas filed the petition and then, they claimed the victory through disqualification and the conviction. I think all these put together, Supreme Court, gave a bit of a relief to Rahul Gandhi, and this in turn, I think people will start forgetting why he was convicted and all these reasons in the next couple of months when he is actively in politics. So by 2024 election, that whatever the period that he suffered, I think 2.5 months of period that he suffered as a disqualified MP, I think people will not bother about it. And it's all through a court procedure. It is not just government action. It is all through court procedure. I think people are very intelligent enough to understand that, court procedures do matter.
Sriramji, let us talk this thing further. This is just a stay. Yeah. What can cause the stay to be lifted?
So what can cause the stay to be lifted if he commits a similar type of crime again, or similar type of abuse again? Naturally, the aggrieved party can go to Supreme Court and then say, lift the stay, because even after providing this, opportunity for Rahul Gandhi, he continues to be a, offender. He continues to be a regular offender, Repeat and then habitual offender. And they can actually ask the Supreme Court to lift the stay. I don't think nobody is going to appeal against this in the Supreme Court, because, even if you today looked at Ramjat Malani, who appeared for the opponent party, and then SG Solicitor General Tushar Mehta actually didn't argue in this case. They just allowed Rahul Gandhi's conviction to be stayed, because they probably thought that, it is best that, he goes through the appeal process rather than, trying to hold him.
Sriramji, I think you met Mahesh Jethmalani.
Sorry, Mahesh Jethmalani. Sorry. Yeah. Ram Jethmalani is Mahesh Jethmalani. Yeah, sorry. Thanks for pointing it out, right? So that is the only way that, the stay could be vacated. The second is if the appellate court, Surat Magistrate Court, finds that his conviction for 2 years was valid, then the stay will go off, because this stay is only on the sessions judgment and not on the appeals judgments. If the appellate court agrees and then rules in against Rahul Gandhi, then the stay will go off. So legally, that is what the procedure is. Then he has to go for another stay for appellate court's order also. If the appellate court reduces the sentence from 2 years to just even 1 day short of 2 years, then at least his conviction will stay, but he will not get disqualified. So that is then he will go for stay of suspension of his prison period and all, because elections are around the corner. He will go to the court and then get that relief also. So the stay would happen if he continues to offend again. Second is if the appellate court finds that his conviction was valid. So both the cases, his stay would be vacated immediately.
Thank you so much, Sriramji. Now let's move on to the third most important topic of the day, that is the formulation of a law that essentially takes over from where the ordinance was issued, to ensure that the appointments in Delhi administrations were controlled by the central government and not by the elected Aam Aadmi Party government. Now, this has apparently caused some flutters in the 𝙤𝙧𝙤𝙪, the multi-dot coalition. And we are also seeing some other things happening. Like, for example, Dinesh Gundurao goes all the way from Karnataka, goes and visits an AAP school in Delhi and has some, interesting comments to pass. How do you see this whole picture? Is AAP going to be in looking out, or are they going to be completely out? What do you think from the Dot coalition?
So actually, Dot coalition in last week when we talked about it, one of the person commented, I picked it up and then started propagating that Dot's group or Dot's coalition among social media and wherever I participate in the debate. So the question is, let's split the Dot coalition. What is going to happen, and this Delhi services bill that is passed in the Lok Sabha. See, I want viewers to understand a background why Kejriwal is worried about this, administrative or control over the bureaucrats. Very beautifully explained by Amit Shah in the parliament when he tabled this, and then the discussion happened. Excellent argument. He actually was addressing Congress, not anybody else. He was addressing Congress. When Vajpayee was in the central government and that time Congress was ruling Delhi, they didn't have a problem with this. When 2004 to 2014, when Congress was in the central government and Delhi was ruled by BJP, they didn't have any problem with that. Why is that in 2015 this problem starts to arise? That is a very pertinent question that he put across. Amit Shah puts across to Congress. He even went to the extent of saying, please don't support this, go against this bill, and then please don't give a room for party like thank you, Magnet Ranga. I think you are the one who said the Dots group. That's what I said in last week program. One of the participant viewers used that, and then I used it to propagate. Thank you very much, Magnet Ranga. So Kejriwal, why is he having this problem to control the bureaucrats? We need to look at at least one or two incidents that I want to give. So Kejriwal is caught in two scam activities. Number one, the liquor excise scam, where Manish Sisodia is already behind bars, and Supreme Court is not interested to take up the case of his bail, because even today or yesterday the bail plea came up and then they postponed to I think September 4th or something. So they are not very serious, because it's a very serious case. That's what they think. The Supreme Court sees that. Second, Arvind Kejriwal started renovating his residence. And people say that it is about a 45 crore additionally spent. Now, if you all know in the UPA regime that that Adarsh scam, where a lot of Commonwealth game, a lot of materials were bought at an exorbitant rate. Say, for example, a roll of tissue paper which costs $100 was bought at each one roll was bought at $2,500 or $3,000. That was a Commonwealth game. Similar to that, in renovation of Kejriwal's residence, there are a lot of malpractices that happened, and then Ajay Makan says that about 170 to 180 crores worth of money had been looted in that process. So that particular case is handled by one of the civil servant who actually has I think his civil servant name is Rajshekhar, who actually created, who is also looking after the liquor scam, and also who is also looking after this particular case. So that is why Kejriwal wanted to shift this person. If he had to shift this person from the case, and because there are some IAS officers who were hand in glove in this tender, PW officials were hand in glove in this tender, and then they also would have seen they have made some money out of it. So Kejriwal wanted to shift this person, Mr. Rajshekhar, from this particular role. And if he had to do that, he needs the power. According to the New Delhi Act, which created the Union Territory, he didn't have that power. So he went to Supreme Court and then got a judgment, and then which gave him the power to manage the bureaucrats, transfer or appointment of bureaucrats. And the Supreme Court, very interestingly in the judgment, if one goes through the judgment, gave an opening for the central government. They said if the central government passes an ordinance or law in parliament, then this judgment will not stay, right? So this judgment will be overruled by the parliament statute, because then actually Supreme Court gave central government the idea of that. Within a week, central government passed an ordinance. But in that week, what Kejriwal did? Kejriwal shunted this Rajshekhar out of the role. He tried to manipulate all the records that he was having. But Rajshekhar was very, very brilliant. Because he was getting shunted, he filed a 55-page report where whatever investigation that he had done, interim report, he had filed it. So it becomes an official document. And within a week, central government passes an ordinance taking the control back and then reversing the Supreme Court judgment. Kejriwal went back to Supreme Court again, saying that this ordinance should be quashed. But Supreme Court did not entertain, because they said that the ordinance does have constitutional validity, and central government cabinet has all the rights to pass the ordinance. So because of that, in the monsoon session, the government brought in this particular bill. They wanted to introduce that. That was part of the business. Now look at how this DOTS groups or Dot Coalition Alliance started behaving. They wanted to disrupt the parliament, both in the lower and upper house. Because when they met in Patna, one of the conditions Kejriwal put to Congress was, if you want me to be part of this alliance, the entire DOTS group alliance should prevent this particular ordinance from becoming a statute in the parliament. That was the only condition he put across. And they also fell for it, because they didn't want to disintegrate in the first meeting itself. So they all agreed to that. So because of that, Congress has a much bigger stake in the DOTS coalition. Because of that, Congress bulldozed its way in both lower house and upper house. How did they do that? They brought in the Manipur issue. They wanted to debate about that. They created ruckus about it. All of a sudden, when this bill was introduced in lower house, they came to attend the parliament. Yesterday, they attended the parliament. The entire day, the business was functioning. How is it? Lo and behold, till day before yesterday, what was the core issue of stopping this proceedings from happening? Unfortunately, there are about 6 or 7 bills that got passed without any debate. One is about cooperative societies bill. Actually, I wanted to spend some time, but unfortunately we don't have time to do that today. Second is about data security, data protection act. Both probably subsequent week we will take it up, and then we will analyze that what are all the, yes.
Sir, if you are free on Sunday, we can do it probably at 9 p.m. IST.
Sure.
Take a look at it, sir. Take a look at your calendar and let me know.
Yeah.
If that is not possible, we can also do probably 11:30 a.m. IST on Sunday. Those two slots are available, because it's important that we understand your analysis is off the chart. That's all I can tell you. I'm sure our viewers will agree with me. And viewers, only 1 in 2 of you have liked this video. Thanks for the resounding response. From 1 in 5, 1 in 2 have liked this video. I would like each and every one of you to like this video. So we are going to try and get Sriram back on Sunday, one time or the other, depending on his schedule. So please continue, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So because of this, what happened? They wanted to scuttle this particular issue. In Rajya Sabha, what they did, they wanted the Manipur discussion. They kept on moving the goalposts. They wanted the Manipur discussion to happen under Rule 267 of the Parliament. What does Rule 267 do? Suspend all business and then discuss this issue. So they wanted to suspend all business, which is nothing but this particular business. I think they are still trying. I think now, since it has been passed in the Lok Sabha, this bill has been passed in the Lok Sabha, it will be presented to Rajya Sabha, and then on Monday or Tuesday, this also will get passed in Rajya Sabha. So this is what is the background of this particular bill, and Congress walked out and then did not vote against. We need to understand that opposition, especially Congress, after the debate that happened yesterday, they just walked out when it was called for voting. Very interesting to watch, because they just put up a very feeble effort to oppose it. But ideally, what should have Congress done? They should have voted against. They did not. They just walked out. Even in Rajya Sabha, they'll put up a big hue and cry ruckus. They'll probably disrupt the proceedings, and then they'll walk out, because Congress feels very badly that this statute is very important. In Rajya Sabha, YSRCP expressed that they'll support this bill. Biju Janata Dal expressed that they will support this bill. Chandrababu Naidu has said that they will support this bill. So more than 120 votes they will get. And if Congress walks out, at the time of voting, at the time of division, then it is a resounding success. Now coming to what is the impact on the Dot coalition? For a moment, I thought probably Kejriwal would want to walk out of this particular coalition. But I still consider that he will stay within this coalition for two reasons. Number one, Kejriwal has aspirations to go beyond Punjab and Delhi. So especially he is eyeing the border states, Goa, Gujarat, and maybe Maharashtra, maybe even Rajasthan. Some of the border states, he's been eyeing the border states. He captured Delhi, went and established in Punjab. He contested in Goa, contested in Gujarat, and then even got 7 MLAs, enabled Congress to lose badly in Gujarat, because both Mamta and Kejriwal, if you look at it, they are looking at the border states very carefully. They want to expand in the border states. Maybe whatever may be their motive at this point in time, I don't want to cast aspersions on their motive, but their interest is in border states and not just only Congress dominant states. So what probably AAP will do is, they will probably give in 3 seats in Delhi to Congress, which anyway they know that they will lose. No harm in, because last 2 elections, all the 7 seats in Delhi, BJP has been winning in the Lok Sabha. In Punjab, probably they will offer another 3 seats to Congress, but bargain for a winnable seat in Goa. Probably Goa North is South. Goa South could be one constituency. They'll bargain for a couple of seats in Haryana where they want to expand. They'll bargain for 2 or 3 seats in Gujarat, winnable Gujarat seats, so that they'll actually have a cross state presence instead of confined to only Punjab and Delhi. I think I still consider AAP will be part of this alliance for a moment. but we need to see how what his reactions are going to be. If he stays in the alliance, he will extract his larger pound of flesh from Congress, where Congress either have to throw AAP away from this Dots group. Otherwise, they need to buckle under pressure and then give in. So make some compromises. So I need to really, I'll wait and watch how the AAP reacts, especially when the next meet is happening in Maharashtra. By then, Rajya Sabha session also would be over, and then this bill would have been passed. So we will know what AAP's reaction is going to be. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Sriram. And now let us take a few questions from our viewers. Rahul Rathod wants to know, more than dot guys, BJP could be more happy though they can't express openly because RaGa will reduce anti-incumbency and will deter people from voting against PM Modi in 2024. Your views, sir?
Absolutely, Rahul. You are on the dot, on the point. Not only that Rahul will take away the anti-incumbency, Rahul also will be an active campaigner of BJP. I just make the sarcastic comments on that because he had done that in the past. Wherever Rahul Gandhi took the lead in campaign, there BJP has fared extremely well. And now when Rahul Gandhi has come back and then become qualified, we need to see how Congress is going to react, especially the subsequent dot group alliances discussions. Because so far, Congress has said that they don't want to fight for a PM candidate. Now, Rahul in the fray, are they going to remain so reluctant? Because all along, Rahul anyway is not eligible, so why should we bother about it? Now, are they going to be reluctant about it? Or are they going to make some noise about it? So we will actually see in Maharashtra meeting when it happens, if everybody joins there, we will see what the reactions are going to be. Slowly, Congress will ensure that this dot group alliance breaks away on its own, because Congress, for some reason, cannot compromise. That compromise is not in their blood. So they will actually ensure that this group alliance breaks away, over a period of time.
Rahul, you've been a constant listener. You always join and you always put out good questions. So I want to give you a small present. Here we go. This is a surprise for you. That was a full song. We usually play only a small snippet, Sriram, just to awaken, arise and awake. And if I remember correctly, Rahul is in his 20s. And I want that generation to come to us, listen to us, because we are trying to awaken you. We don't want you to make the mistakes that we perhaps made. So here is a way to try and, request you to bring all your friends, anybody who's in your teens and your 20s and 30s, do watch PGurus, because the intent is to make you much better prepared to face life. Thank you so much. And let's go to the next question. By the way, it is based in Rag Desh.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. And next question is from Hemant Trivedi. I have been requesting you to arrange a meeting of Vivek Ramaswamy. You have neither replied nor shown an inclination to do so. This is a disservice to our diaspora. Are you going to arrange a meeting? Well, we have been trying to do that, Hemant. In fact, we've been trying to do more than that. See, there is something called as positioning. Right now, Vivek is rising very fast. The Republicans themselves are not very happy about this rise. So there is a lot of ultra-right taking pot shots at him for being a Hindu American. So we have to wait for all that to settle. And once Vivek becomes a more serious candidate, perhaps he can then join us. So far, we have been not successful in getting him to come on our channel. But remember that we are still small. We are only 355,000 subscribers. The moment we hit 1 million subscribers, not just Vivek Ramaswamy, but even the vice
People
president
will
will
come.
want to come. Even the vice president will want to come on our channel to explain her position. So this is the strength of social media. Those of you who believe in us, believe that we are speaking the truth, and I'm sure many of you will agree with me when we say we do our best to give you the truth. Sometimes we'll give you opposing views also, just so you can make up your mind as to where the truth lies. So please help us on this. Subscribe if you have not already subscribed, and also like our videos as soon as they start airing. Thank you so much. Next one, please. Vishal Bhaumik wants to know, sir, can we have US-like primaries for Lok Sabha candidates in Bharat in the near future? Is BJP or Congress willing to introduce it in choosing their candidates? This can benefit our democracy.
Vishal, I think, it's a long awaited request of many. But unfortunately, what is happening is, unlike US, it is not an individual based election. Like, the president of America is, though they become either be a Democratic or, Republican party, what happens is, it is between two individuals. When you vote for it also across the states, you vote for that particular candidate. Whereas here, it is voting to symbol. And so that is where one problem is. Second is, if you look at it, many parties don't even announce their prime ministerial candidate. Even see this Dots Alliance don't even have a prime ministerial candidate. So who are you going to have this? Of course, the primaries are going to be within a party. So the party decides who their candidate is directly. Of course, some parties do have a methodology. For example, when Modi was nominated as a prime ministerial candidate, there was a plenary session that happened in Goa where his name was put together, and then that is how it became. So whereas in Congress or other party, most of the parties are family oriented, family driven. So it is a first family who decides who is going to be the leader of that particular party, and then who is going to contest. So I think it is going to very, very long awaited because they need to participate in a debate. They need to express their point of view to the voters. I think those things don't happen here. I don't see in near future it will even happen, or it'll. I don't see we will live to see that happening in India.
Next question, please. Jan Kutti wants to know, will Indian government amend Indian constitution to allow dual or tri-citizenship? After all recent news in newspapers and TV channels, India in 2023 is a powerful country.
John Kutti, there need not be any constitutional amendment for that. Dual or tri-citizenship, if the government wants, all they need to do is they need to amend few laws which can enable that. But I don't know whether they will do it at this point in time, because even though we are a powerful country, we do allow people, I think, overseas citizens card or something like that, which for which you don't need a visa to travel. So there are certain available options are there, but I don't think they will allow a dual or tri-citizenship, in my opinion. Because I don't think they even discuss about it at this point. A serious discussion is not even happening at this point.
Next one, please. Magnet Ranga wants to know, Namaskaram, wasn't the Dots group in trouble when Pawar defied their requests and hosted the PM?
Of course, Magnet Ranga, they are. But unfortunately, Congress, which requested Pawar not to be part of in the days, not in the stage when Modi received this, award, Bal Gangar Tilak Award, but they failed to understand the chairperson of the trust was a staunch Congress guy. Sushil Shinde, who was a past home minister, who is also a Congress guy who is a part of the trust. So when the trust which is offering this particular award is filled with Congress, but they just asked Sharad Pawar not to attend. So that's why he just gave a smirky smile and then said, hell with you, I'm going to be part of it. But Modi used that opportunity very, very effectively. Actually, we probably would have, respected Sharad Pawar's sentiments there. And again, I'm telling you, without Sharad Pawar's blessing, the NCP would not have gone into NDA fold. It's Sharad Pawar's once again cunning political game in the play.
Next question, please. Anshu wants to know, sir, what is your view on BJP's chances in Telangana state election? Are they going soft on KCR?
Anshu, yes, they are going soft on KCR, and more importantly, I get the news. See, when they changed Bandi Sanjay as a state president to become, they put Kishan Reddy as the state president, which is predominantly to go soft on KCR and BRS party. Probably there is some sort of arrangement. I wouldn't say coalition, but
tacit agreement. Yeah,
tacit agreement in play where BRS will enable BJP to win more MPs and BJP will enable PRS to win back the state. I think that sort of a tacit understanding may be there. I'm just guessing, or at least it's not fully out. Or if there are certain things that I am privy to, probably not in a position to reveal it. But I'm just giving you an indication. Why Bandi Sanjay was changed, I think this is precisely the reason.
Next question, please. GDM Techniques wants to know, what would be the final outcome of Anna's Padyatra?
Okay. Annamalai's Padyatra will ensure that at least the southern Tamil Nadu districts will resounding support to BJP. That's what I expect. And if things go, if ADMK alliance breaks away, maybe some of the Mukkulathur and Nadar leaders of ADMK party may even join BJP even before the election. So I expect that, but definitely this yatra is going to set the election stage on fire, because nobody expected this resounding reception. The first, and every day it's happening. I don't know whether 6 months the same type of reception would be there, but at least in the initial stages, especially in the southern districts, it is overwhelming response.
And viewers, for those of you who understand Tamil, I'm going to make a segment that will air probably around 6 a.m. tomorrow morning, and that is going to have feedback from people on the ground. These were interviews taken right as the procession was going along, so you will hear really what people are thinking. So stay tuned for that also. We are doing our best to give you a daily update on what is going on, because you want to see when history is changing. Yes. In my opinion, history is changing right now. So let's wait and see how it goes, right? Next question, please. Venkatesh A wants to know, thank you, Sriram and Sriji. Namaskars from your Singapore viewers. Thank you so much. Next one. Pawan Kishore wants to know, another young kid, I think. Pawan, I'm not sure how old you are. Rahul, if you are still watching, do give a comment on how old you two are. Pawan wants to know, the regime change activists become more active in the country as elections near. Do you think will people be influenced by them? Will such activities succeed in the past?
Okay, the regime change activities succeeded in the past. I'll go from the backwards. If there are strong alternate, I'll give an example on this. When 2008 timeframes, when there was a attack on Mumbai, by 4 different attacks happened. The hotels and all other hotel attack happened. Ideally speaking, people would have been angry with Congress, where the Congress reaction was sending a dossier to Pakistan and then having a negotiation with Pakistan. Ideally speaking, 2009 election, this should have had a huge impact, but there was no credible opponent waiting to take over the power. And that is why the regime change needs to have a very credible opponent. Now, for Modi, it's Modi versus nobody. So, which means there's no credible opponent. But interestingly, I read an article in Dawn, the newspaper, Pakistan's newspaper, where they actually feel suffocated by Modi's success and BJP's NDA success, and then they wish that this Dots group alliance wins in 2024, because August 9th, Pakistan Parliament is going to be dissolved, and then they are also facing an election. So in their editorial, they have written very clearly saying, Pakistan is going to have an election. India is going to have an election 6 months down the line in 2024. Hope two new governments that are going to be there in both the countries, and then they will start the dialogues again, and then relationship is again. I think this is what is the regime changers want. But where is an alternate? Who is an alternate to Modi? I think that is where the question is very, very powerful to the people, and people are not taking this, very lightly, because we have seen places like, Bihar, Odisha, where people are voting differently for Lok Sabha, differently for the assembly elections. Even in Andhra, even in Karnataka, people do. Delhi predominantly. If you looked at Delhi, 2014 and 19, and even 2009, Delhi voted, to national, whoever was forming the, government, Congress, BJP. Whereas they voted for the local election and local body election and the assembly to Kejriwal. So I think people are thinking entirely differently when it comes to voting for the Lok Sabha. 2018, BJP lost Chhattisgarh. Of course, Madhya Pradesh, they lost very, very thin majority, a thin line of finish. But Rajasthan and Chhattisgarh, they lost. But they won. They swept Rajasthan. They swept Madhya Pradesh in 4 months down the line when the Lok Sabha election happened. I think the regime changers are working very hard, but you need to have a credible opponent to make this happen.
Dear viewers, you would have seen my 10 o'clock, or actually I should say 9 a.m. IST about deep state and global deep state. If you have not already watched it, I urge you to go and watch it. It is full of data going back thousands of years. Nothing wrong there. I mean, that tells you an idea about what happens in the backside when regime changes are attempted. Do watch that video also. Next question, please. Sriram Ganesh wants to know, if Rahul Gandhi's citizenship is questionable, why is Rahul Gandhi not questioned in that regard?
So I think only Subramaniam Swamy raises this question seriously. I don't think the government is serious about proving a point that Rahul Gandhi has a dual citizen. I think someone asked the question is, does India allow dual citizenship? Probably Rahul Gandhi has two different citizenship, one in the name of Rahul Vinci, another in the name of Rahul Gandhi. So he impersonates himself, I believe. I think government should take it to a closure. At least, once and for all, close it. Yes, Rahul Gandhi doesn't have a citizenship elsewhere, or he has dual citizenship, then appropriate punishment had to be given. Except Subramaniam Swamy, nobody is taking this question very, very seriously, even in the government. That's very unfortunate.
Next question. In fact, he has two Indian citizenship, two Indian passports. Even that is illegal. So
yes,
there's one in the name of Rahul Vinci and there's one in the name of Rahul Gandhi. Everything is the same. So Infected 420 wants to know, how come opposition continues to sit during Amit Shah's speech on Delhi bill and not disturbing him when Shah continues to expose them on face? BJP Congress came to agreement on some deal?
Of course, Infected 420, there would be some, discussion that would have happened. But Amit Shah did not mince words. He was taking AAP to the laundry, and then he was actually taking even DMK to the laundry. He was, when Dayanidhi Maran wanted to say something, he said, are you rattled by Makkal Yatra? And he talked about 5G. Immediately, A. Raja stood up and then said, I want to present about 2G. He said, come on, I talked about 5G. I never raised it about 2G. And then he just put him, back foot. Congress probably wanted the discussion to happen. That's why I said, lo and behold, day before yesterday, until that, they were just fighting, and then they were just walking out of the parliament. But yesterday, they allowed the discussion to happen. I think it went on, till late in the evening, 8:30, if I'm not wrong. But only when when it was put to division, Congress walked out. Definitely, BJP, the Treasury benches, Parliamentary Affairs Minister would have had, and even Om Birla would have had a discussion with the Congress to allow this discussion to happen, because they didn't want this bill to be passed like any other bill. So that's why the discussion had happened. But yes, when he was taking Congress also heavily, they just kept quiet. Probably they were clueless as to what he was trying to say for quite some time.
Next question, please. Narayan P wants to know, after passing the bill in Parliament, do you think AAP negotiation power has decreased?
Yes, at least their demand would have decreased. So that's where they need to take a call. Now they will say that since you guys didn't help me to stall this proceedings of passing the bill, at least give me 10 more seats in non-Punjab, non-Delhi states. I think he would demand that. He is an unreasonable person and self-contradictory, unreasonable person. So he will definitely demand, if others wanted him to stay in the alliance, he would demand unreasonably, especially with Congress, not with anybody else, especially with Congress.
Next question, please. Vinay Dhotre wants to know, Sriramji, the way communal riots started in part of Haryana, does not BJP and central government take hard steps to make CAA compulsory? What best can be done towards it?
Yeah, this is another area where probably a disappointing from the central government. The CAA was passed and they should have actually taken the efforts to complete it. But COVID came in between, 2 years of COVID, and then so it slowed down. So ideally speaking, they should have done it. See, this is what I'm talking about. When Pakistan is showing interest in our politics, they will also be they will also be making a lot of efforts to disrupt. And some of the reports that come from Haryana says that some of these rioters were Bangladeshis. So which means, government has a lot more to work on, a lot more to do. CAA is compulsory. Maybe when they come to power next time, they will take it very seriously and then start identifying non-Indian non-Indian residents or illegal immigrants, and then start taking some action. This is actually, we are seeing what is happening in the Europe. They allowed all these immigrants to come in. Look at Brussels. I have seen Brussels in the past. You can go in the street, one of the very beautiful streets. Today, entire pathways have been taken over by the immigrants. They actually reside there on the pathways, put up a tents, and then they are living in. Look at France, riots happening. So because of these immigrants start taking control of that. UK, we don't have to say that. The British is a minority. That the real British is a minority in UK. So the demography and changes drastically when you allow such things to happen, and India should learn from that lesson.
We have last two questions, Sriram. Hopefully 1 minute each, and then we'll wrap it up.
Sure.
How will BJP counter freebie promises of opposition for forthcoming state and Lok Sabha elections?
I think opposition parties won't do a daring Lok Sabha freebies for the Lok Sabha. For definitely already Congress has promised in Madhya Pradesh. Congress is already giving a lot in Rajasthan. But latest opinion poll says, in spite of all these, there is a resounding victory for BJP in Rajasthan. And convincing, at least, they will scrape through in Madhya Pradesh is what we hear. So I don't think BJP will actively give a lot of freebies. They need to educate the people about Himachal and Karnataka. All the freebies promises have gone down the drain. In fact, Karnataka is consuming funds allocated for SC/ST by the central government for giving these freebies. So C&AG will stop that, and hence, and DK Shivakumar has said very clearly, no funds for any development activities. So all these, they need to bring it to the people of Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh. That is the only way to counter.
So that's misappropriation already happening. Thank you.
Yeah, misappropriation already happening.
SAR wants to know, will this data protection policy that is being tabled stop all these retailers from asking the customer's phone number at the cash counter? This is the biggest data theft going unnoticed. I never give it. So go ahead. Please go ahead, sir.
Yeah. So one is you don't have to give it. But the second is there is a lot more to the data privacy and data protection, especially, how international, data exchange is protected. It's just not only your phone number. Phone number, they can get it from various other places. But it is about other, identity theft, and then how commercial transaction data are to be protected and all. Definitely, we will talk about it on Sunday when because I'm actually taking notes about this particular statute. I didn't have time to go through it fully. Definitely, we will talk about it, we'll debate it, and then at that point, I will remember to address this point.
Thank you so much, Sriramji. This was a very beautiful, well researched and well enunciated session. And viewers, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to click on the bell button for notifications, and we will see you very soon. I have a hangout with Sanjay Dikshit on Jaipur Dialogues, and I think that is going to be in Hindi. And that will be starting in about an hour's time, and that will also be live hangout, or it will go online on PGurus channel also. So do come back and join us. Thanks once again, Sriramji. We'll see you on Sunday.
Yeah, thank you.